Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your humble hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I am good. I am good. Back in Panama at a workstation. So trying to catch up on life after a week in Rotan.
Did you catch up on politics as well? Like, are you back on top of what's happening in the world?
Oh God, no. I still need a full week for that.
Yeah, I mean, you went scuba diving at a funny time, but I mean, there's
I
always
know.
something, isn't there? All right.
I
Well,
know.
it's midweek. Bitcoin has gone up a bit, gone down a bit. It's stagnated. What do you reckon, Tone? Take us away, mate. Before you go into it, please like and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Take advantage of the fantastic deposit we have with Blowfin right now. 15% deposit on any. We're bringing this exchange to you guys for Blackbox as soon as possible. We're doing some beta testing right now. This is a fantastic sign up bonus that they've got going only for the first 200 users. And this promotion finishes on the 12th of August. Highly recommend getting in on this, guys. Money for Jam. It's a great exchange, and Bangbox is coming here if you're into USDT trading. All right. With that being said, how's the markets looking, Tone?
All right. Let's go and take a look. I am really, really liking this weekly candle. This is a monster reversal hammer candle. And you got to go a long way to find a similar candle to our current candle. Now, the week still has a long way to go. We can still close at the bottom of this candle. We could also close all the way at $68,000. But as it stands right now, the last time we had a candle that looked like this was back on March 6th, which feels like ages ago. And this was the candle that pulled back to $20,000, where I was very, very adamant that this is the ultimate reversal in the market and you need to go all in. And this candle looks even stronger than that candle because it has a longer wick and and the body is almost the same. If this candle turns green, that's even better. Okay. Now, if it doesn't turn green, it doesn't matter because the tone base volume is already green, and this volume is already higher than last week's volume. And this week, again, today is only what's today? Tuesday or Wednesday? I forget already. Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
Yep.
Uh, and that's correct. March 6th of last year, not even March 6th of this year, right? So that's how far you have to go to find a similar candle. So that is excellent. What about the tone base allocation? Well, as long as we're rallying, there's no reason to panic on the allocation. So I am holding my bullish allocation, and if I see Bitcoin go below 55,000, I will then dump it completely and go to zero. The daily chart is also looking very strong on the MRI reversal candle. Therefore, that's another reason for me not to panic out of my 100% long position. I will let the MRI play out. At the least, I'm looking at a 1 to 4 candle correction to the upside. And at best, this is the second candle of the correction. So I still think there is room to the upside. Even if it's a dead cat bounce, I still think there is room to the upside. But so let me look back on the daily candle. The daily candle is not as good as that candle on March 6th. Here's that candle on March 6th. We also had an MRI buy, but the MRI buy came on the reversal candle followed by the green diamond, and it bounced off a moving average. That was one of the best buying opportunities right here, and this week turned out to be a beautiful hammer candle. Our daily look is not as clean, but it is clean enough. We had a beautiful reversal because remember, Bitcoin has this arbitrary day that ends at like 8 p.m. New York time. So if you take both of these candles into a single 48-hour candle, that is a beautiful reversal candle. Maybe if I make it a 2-day chart, You guys can see it. No, today chart does not give you a reversal candle either. You have to fudge with it a little bit because you have to realize it doesn't have to be a reversal candle, it just has to be a reversal structure. So if I make my own custom range, how do I do that? What if I just put in 18 hours? I'm just messing around with time frames here. What if I do 9 hours? Trying to like make a reversal candle here. 14 hours. No, it's gotta be more than a day. Yeah, it's basically the candle start time is just messing me up. Oh well, can't do it. I thought it would be simpler than that. But we still have our reversal structure here. And I'm bullish till at least we go back into the moving averages. So no reason to really worry that much. We
It's
broke
funny,
above
Tone.
the. Yeah,
Can
go
we
ahead.
just chat about that for 1 second? Sorry to cut you off, mate. But you
Very
said
good.
you're bullish. You're bullish until we at least go back to those moving averages, which are about 60K, right? So it's interesting for me because if we get back to 60K with a vengeance, I don't know. Like that's it, what would you be? Would you consider that a spot where we're gonna sell off really bad and then continue the downtrend from there, or would it be you might consider that as well? This was a blip in everything that's happened, and maybe we'll just recover from here. Do you know? Like I
It
don't know.
depends. It depends how the price handles this cluster.
All right.
If the price breaks above this cluster and make it to 68, I will now use this moving average cluster as support.
Hmm.
If the price gets rejected by this moving average cluster and starts to break back below 57,000, I
Yeah.
will then consider it, I will then put new lows on the table.
I agree. Like technically, that's perfect that we would drop through those moving averages, come back and retest it, and then continue downside. But I think that the rules can get thrown out when you have black swan's the wrong word, but like a massive. I mean, it's not. This wasn't isolated to Bitcoin. It was across all markets worldwide. You know, like
Right.
the Australian stock market, the Canadian stock market. It was worldwide affected. So I feel like a lot of those simple rules of just retesting the breakout point are null and void if we can recover really quickly from this. Don't know.
Yeah, it's starting to recover a little too slow for my taste. I want to see it go up faster, kind of
Right,
like what
right.
happened with COVID.
Yeah.
I can't believe COVID was 4 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Still remember it like it was yesterday, you know?
Me too.
Like I'd rather see a recovery. I mean, the COVID recovery did take about a week and then it started taking off. So yeah, maybe it is still playing out like the COVID
Yeah, but
crash.
but look at but do a percentage move on that. Do you know it was like up 70% or something in a week. Do you know? It just looks like it wasn't much. From 3,800 to nearly 6,000 in a week. We haven't jumped that far, you know.
Well, the 3 week crash was 60% and the 3 week recovery was 50%. Right, but we were dealing with lower prices.
Right, right, right.
You know, you can't expect these kinds of percent moves on such a higher price, right? So now we have a 2 week drop of 30%. That's pretty big from a
Yeah,
way higher price.
right.
And so far, a 1 week recovery
Maybe that's comparable.
of 20%. So
That's
far, I think it's comparable because
yeah, I think
that was a 3 week drop that I was measuring and
yeah,
3 week recovery. We've only had a 2-week drop, a week and a half drop, and a 1-week drop. I think this is very compatible.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So that's a beautiful candle on the weekly. The weekly looks good, the daily looks good because of the MRI. So there's no reason for me to rush out of the trade. And on a short-term scale, here's the 1-hour chart. I don't like the RSI, sorry, the CMF at all. It's a very weak CMF. But, we're holding the next level here, and it's 10 a.m. So we should be reversing right now. And we are. This is the 10-10 candle. The 10-5 candle makes a low. The 10 candle is reversing. So that's a potential long trade if the stock market is doing something similar. So in a long trade as of right now, long trade here, stop loss below the swing low, very, very low risk trade. We're talking $130, make it 150 for round numbers. That's your stop loss. The moment we go above prior candle, I'm already setting a break-even stop loss. Could have even got in a smidge earlier. I'm already comfortable enough to put the stop loss just below that candle. We'll leave it be. I'll let you do a screen share, then we come back to it. But
Yeah, let's come back to this.
Let's just leave it where it is at the bottom of that candle. The moment you're profiting more than you're risking, yeah, $100 on a stop loss, basically $100. There it is. Good trade for the trading contest.
Definitely.
And yeah, I'll hand it off to you. Look at the 4-hour chart. I haven't done that yet. Later.
All right. Please like, subscribe, please share with your friends, and please use the affiliate links in the description below. Join the Discord group and take advantage of the bot. It's going to be fantastic. I'll talk about the bot in today's show. All right, let's get into this. All right. Look, there's not much to say for me. Like we're looking at the daily time frame here. Yeah, I agree with Tony. It's been a fantastic recovery of the lows of 49, whatever. But I mean, we're still below the 7 simple moving average and everything. I'm still in my trade from 52,198. Feeling good about that. But I'll have to close the trade if we start to deteriorate. I want this trade to be one of those trades the same way I got in it at fantastic during the COVID crash. I had a buy wall set. Everyone knows this. I had a massive buy wall set between 4,000 and 3,000. Picked trades all the way up, $100 gaps, and did really well. Got 3,800, and then end up average entry about 4,200, and sat in that. I'm still in those trades today. So I mean, fantastic. Took advantage of that COVID crash. I would love it if this was the same thing. It'd be fantastic. So we'll see how that goes. I don't want to be spooked out of the trade, and maybe I'll just set a break-even stop loss or something and just let it roll, even though I'm in good profit, because I think this is a good entry. Actually, that makes a lot of sense to put a break-even stop loss in at this buy, because if we come back down to these prices here, it's going way lower, right? or I'll just get wicked out or something. It doesn't look good if we come back down this far. It is the kind of trade that I want to stay in for a really long time, for a year or two, and profit tremendously from. And I don't mind, like right now, the price, like my profit's in like 8-10 grand profit or something. I can live without that, but I couldn't live without it getting in a good spot. So maybe I'll just do that. Don't know yet, but it is what it is. I mean, we haven't recovered yet. We're not out of the woods, basically. There's nothing really much else to say on the lower time frames that wasn't said yesterday. We're not out of the woods here. The 4-hour is interesting because we stay, in a downtrend. We're below the 30 simple moving average here. Obviously, we have come back up and tested it and haven't broken through it yet. We've been rejected from it once again. Once we start to get above the 30 simple moving average here, we have a chance and a bullish cross here on the alphanumerics. We have a chance to rally out of here and get above some of these moving averages, get above the 200. Absolutely fantastic. But I mean, this is textbook dead cat bounce until we start to clear the 30 simple moving average here. It's just like every other time we come back up and do it in every downtrend. So this could roll over and be bad, or we could do like a little W pattern where we put in a higher low at maybe MRI support and resistance here at 53, possibly. As long as this low is not cracked and because my buy is in that really good spot there near to the low, I can accept this zone here absolutely. Maybe that's what I'll do, Tone. Looking at that right now, I'll put my stop loss in just below the MRI support and resistance here, and then chance this for a higher trade. That's really good MRI stuff right here. I don't mind that. That's what I might do. I want to roll this thing over if possible, but I'll take something out, a few K out if it comes to here. All good. This is what I'm really interested in on the 15-minute time frame is how Bangbox has been in this situation, because we obviously haven't put a trade on yet, or I would have said that off the bat. But you can see from the crash that we had how many times we've got this prep means we're near to a trade, right? So the conditions have been met that we're near to a trade, but then it's deteriorated. And it has really trended sideways and slightly up all day, but hasn't given us any confidence to really crack into a trade. And look, it's now gone below the 128 period moving average on the 15-minute time frame. It's just reset again. So we come up above it, we get another prep, like we really need to clear this zone. No, we haven't taken on any trade as it stands on Bangbox in a really long time. This is the longest period I've seen with no trade on Bangbox, and I'm proud of that, really, because that was the last trade we had right there, a 2.3%er. But we were in cash through this whole crash. We've looked like we're getting into a trade here and here and here, but haven't yet. So if this rolls over, we're staying cash and get it back in at a later time. But if it cracks on, we'll be in the trade. So Bangbox is really knows what it's doing. It's very, very, very intelligent. It knows what it's doing. And I highly recommend you take advantage of a free bot that can stay out of the market at this point, stay out of the market, wait for confidence, and still remain out of the market until strength comes back in. Coming back to you now, Tone. That's all I have to say right now. I need more clarity in the market. This thing could roll over. This thing could kick on. And I haven't seen any definitive answer in that point. Although I've traded on it, but you get the point. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I like to think that it's going to recover. Are we getting any clarification in the traditional markets, Tone, that might indicate that this is done? What do you think, mate?
Let me see before I do that. So the reversal candle did reverse us, but the current candle did hit the stop loss. Now, I did say that you just put $100 stop loss, but you were making more than $100. So if you acted fast enough, you could have set that break-even stop loss. But if you didn't, that's a very, very small, manageable loss of $100 per Bitcoin, even on a leverage trade. So I'm going to drop these. We'll wait. Maybe the market will still reverse. I'm still not panicking. It's still a daily MRI reversal here. And let's see if it gets us into this moving average cluster to get us into that $60,000 range. And then we start to reevaluate. Traditional markets, let's see what they look like. Here's the S&P 500 on its 5-minute chart. And, we rallied on a gap this morning. That's weird. Hold on. That's very strange. Oh, it's the cash market. Okay, it's not open during the night. That's why. The markets did get gap open in the morning. And the stock market actually reversed to the downside at 10 a.m. So that explains the Bitcoin. I didn't look at the stock market. I would not have bought Bitcoin's 10 a.m. reversal to the upside if the stock market is reversing 10 a.m. to the downside. The stock market made a top at 10 a.m., not a bottom at 10 a.m. So they were opposites of each other this morning. The stock market, same thing. I would have looked to short the market at 10 a.m. And right now, this trade would still be in profit and probably already sitting in a break-even stop loss. Let's look at the daily chart. Stock market is recovering very nicely. Look, we're still in a downtrend. We still have to break critical resistance here. We got to go above. First, we have to close the gap. Got to get back above the moving average. The MRI support line completely held. And this is the long-term channel here. And I still think we're going to make it to the top of that channel. So keep an eye out for that. I'm bullish here with the stock market. And I think it's going to recover. So far, the stock market has been an incredible MRI top call on NASDAQ and S&P, and they were topping across all time frames. Here's the daily chart in the futures market. Looks good so far. It's like a really good day. So that makes me more bullish for Bitcoin if today is a very big day in the stock market. US dollar, I happen to have the chart open from my show with Mark Wood. I still think US dollar has room to go up. And keep in mind, we were calling it the MRI top on the monthly, the weekly, and the monthly on the NASDAQ. Perfect MRI top calls, 1 to 4 candle correction on the monthly. On the weekly, it's probably lead to an MRI buy opportunity somewhere down here. Maybe not, but we'll see. And so far, the markets are playing out as the MRI indicates they should. Gold remains bullish, just hit an all-time high yesterday, and I still think gold is good for 3,000. All right, that's it for me. The ETFs, BlackRock is not selling anything. All the others are, but eventually this will get back into the green. So we will see how that goes. All right. I'm coming back.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us in this midweek show. And we'll see you the same time tomorrow. See you then. Thanks, Tony.
Bye, guys.